All right, so welcome to another Dupe Dive.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be looking into the world of Metaverse and AI cryptos.
Metaverse and AI.
We've talked about this before, but never in a deep dive format, so this is
No.
going to be exciting.
Absolutely. And, specifically, we're really trying to find those hidden gems, those projects that have the potential to really explode in value.
100x, by 2025?
That's right. 100x gains.
Yeah,
That's what we're looking for.
exactly. And, before we jump into the specific projects we've got lined up, I think it's important to maybe set the stage a little bit for people who might not be as familiar with these sectors.
Yeah, absolutely. So, think of the metaverse, right? This network of interconnected digital worlds where you can do just about anything, work, play, socialize, even own property, and it's all powered by blockchain.
And that's one of the things that makes it so fascinating to me.
Absolutely.
Is that it's not just, a tech concept, it's an entirely new economy.
Right.
And then we have AI, which is already changing so many industries.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
From healthcare to finance, you name it, AI is making its mark. But when you combine AI with crypto, that's where things get really, really interesting.
Yeah, we're talking about decentralized AI platforms that could revolutionize how we solve problems, how we create value.
Exactly. And here's the exciting part. Both sectors are still in their early stages, which means enormous potential for growth.
Yeah, it's like the Wild West of finance right now.
It really is. It's a gold rush. And as the world shifts towards digital and virtual economies, these sectors are poised to explode.
All right, so let's dive into some specific projects that we think have that 100x potential.
Okay, let's do it.
First up, we have Decentraland, ticker symbol MNA.
Decentraland.
A lot of people call it a virtual real estate platform.
Right.
But it's so much more than that.
Yeah, it is. Think of Decentraland as a virtual world, right? Where you can attend concerts, go to art galleries, buy and sell digital fashion. It's a vibrant community with a growing economy, and it's all powered by the MNA token.
And what's really interesting to me is that we're starting to see real-world brands and institutions entering Decentraland.
Absolutely.
Like I read that Sotheby's, the auction house,
Oh, wow.
they opened a virtual replica of their London galleries in Decentraland.
That's pretty cool.
And they're not just showcasing art there, they're holding actual auctions of digital assets. So it's like this glimpse into the future of art and commerce all happening in the metaverse.
It really is. It's fascinating to see these traditional institutions embracing the metaverse. And Decentraland, with its early mover advantage, its user-friendly platform, its growing ecosystem of developers and creators, it's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
It is. And, they've done a great job of creating a platform where anyone can create and monetize their own experiences.
Absolutely.
And that's really powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to our next stop on this metaverse journey, we have the Sandbox.
The Sandbox, ticker symbol SANDA.
So what sets the Sandbox apart from other metaverse projects?
It's all about user-generated content.
Okay.
It's a platform where literally anyone can create games, experiences, assets, and monetize them through the Sand token. They've got these amazing intuitive tools that make it so easy for anyone to jump in and start building.
So it's kind of like a decentralized Roblox.
Yeah, exactly. Where players have actual ownership and control over their creations, which is huge.
Yeah, and speaking of ownership, Snoop Dogg built a virtual mansion in the Sandbox.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And held a virtual concert there.
Wow.
So that's a level of celebrity endorsement most projects can only dream of.
Right. And it's not just Snoop. We've got big brands like Atari, Adidas. They're all partnering with the Sandbox, creating immersive experiences, driving user adoption. It's really exciting to see.
It sounds like the Sandbox is really tapping into the power of community and creativity in a way that other projects aren't.
They really are. They've gamified the creation process, making it fun and accessible for everyone to become a virtual world builder. And that's a big part of their success.
So they've lowered the barrier to entry in a way that's really attracting a lot of users. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit and venture into the AI landscape with Fetch.ai, ticker symbol FET.
Fetch.ai. Interesting project.
So what problems are they solving with their decentralized AI platform?
Well, they're really focused on optimizing complex systems in the real world.
Okay.
Think supply chain management, healthcare. Imagine a world where AI agents negotiate the best deals for shipping goods, or where medical diagnoses are faster and more accurate because of AI-powered analysis.
So they're not just building theoretical AI models, they're applying it to real-world problems.
Exactly. That's what sets them apart. They're bridging the gap between potential and practical application, and they're doing this through a network of autonomous agents that can interact and collaborate with each other, creating this truly decentralized and intelligent ecosystem.
Can you give us an example of how these agents work in practice?
Sure. Imagine a manufacturer needs to find the most efficient way to transport goods from their factory to a warehouse.
Yeah.
Fetch.ai agents could gather data on traffic patterns, weather conditions, fuel prices, available transportation options, and then negotiate the best possible route and price in real time.
That's pretty impressive.
It is. It's a glimpse into a future where AI seamlessly integrates into our everyday lives, making things run smoother and more efficiently.
So they're kind of like the invisible hand guiding the economy towards greater efficiency.
Yeah, exactly. They're paving the way for a truly intelligent and interconnected world.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to our next AI-powered crypto project.
Okay.
SingularityNET, ticker symbol AGIX.
SingularityNET, yes.
What makes this one stand out from the crowd?
Well, they're creating a decentralized marketplace for AI services.
Okay.
Think of it like an app store, but for AI,
Interesting.
where developers can create, share, and monetize their algorithms and tools.
So instead of companies having to build their own AI solutions from scratch,
Right.
they can access a vast library of pre-built AI services.
Exactly. It's like democratizing AI technology, making it accessible to everyone.
So it's a win-win situation.
Absolutely. Companies get access to cutting-edge AI solutions. Developers have a platform to showcase and monetize their work. It's a brilliant concept.
It really is. And how does the AGIX token fit into all of this?
So the AGIX token is used for transactions within the marketplace. Developers earn AGIX tokens when their services are used, and companies use AGIX tokens to pay for access.
So it's the fuel that powers the entire ecosystem.
Exactly. It incentivizes participation and drives value for all stakeholders.
Okay, we've got one more project to explore before we wrap up this part of our deep dive.
All right, let's hear it.
Boson Protocol.
Boson Protocol, ticker symbol Boson Bos.
This one sounds like a unique blend of the metaverse and real-world commerce.
It is.
Mhm.
They're tackling the challenge of connecting those two worlds, the digital world of the metaverse, with the physical world of goods and services.
So how are they bridging that gap?
They're using smart contracts and decentralized technology to facilitate e-commerce transactions within the metaverse.
So give me an example.
Imagine buying a virtual item in a game or a metaverse experience, and then that purchase triggers a real-world delivery of a physical product.
So you could buy a limited edition virtual sneaker in Decentraland,
Right.
and then receive the real-world version of that sneaker delivered to your door.
Exactly. Or you could purchase a virtual concert ticket in the Sandbox and then receive a VIP package with merchandise and backstage access at a real-world concert. The possibilities are endless.
Wow, that's pretty mind-blowing.
It is. It's a whole new way of thinking about commerce, where the lines between the virtual and physical worlds become increasingly blurred.
And as the metaverse continues to grow, that ability to connect virtual experiences with real-world commerce is going to be crucial.
Absolutely. It's going to be a key driver of adoption and growth.
Okay, so we've covered 5 projects that we think have incredible potential. Decentraland, the Sandbox, Fetch.ai, SingularityNET, and Boson Protocol.
5 great projects.
But before anyone rushes out to invest, we need to take a closer look at what makes these projects tick and really assess their potential for those massive gains we're all hoping for.
You're absolutely right. We need to look beyond the hype and understand the underlying factors that could drive growth.
And that's exactly what we'll be doing in the next part of our deep dive.
Stay tuned.
We'll be back in a moment to unpack the key metrics and really analyze whether these projects can deliver on those 100x gains.
It's going to be good.
Don't go anywhere.
All right, welcome back. So let's dig a little deeper into these projects and see if they really have what it takes to achieve those, those eye-popping gains.
Yeah, the 100x.
100x, exactly.
So let's start with utility.
Yeah.
Do these projects solve real problems? It's easy to get caught up in the hype,
Right.
especially with the metaverse.
Oh, absolutely.
But at the end of the day, substance matters.
It does. And I think when it comes to utility, Decentraland has a strong case. We talked about Sotheby's setting up shop there.
Right.
That wasn't just a PR stunt. Real-world businesses are seeing the value of having a presence in the metaverse.
So it's not just about, virtual real estate or owning digital assets.
Yeah.
It's about creating experiences and connecting with audiences in new ways.
Exactly. And that's where Decentraland's focus on user-generated content and its open platform really shines. They've created a space where anyone can build and monetize their own experiences, which is a key driver of innovation and growth.
And that brings us to another important factor, partnerships and adoption.
Yeah.
We talk about Snoop Dogg and Adidas in the Sandbox.
Right.
But are these big names just dipping their toes in the water? Or are they making real commitments?
Well, in the case of the Sandbox, it seems to be more than just a passing fad. Adidas, for example, they launched their own NFT collection in collaboration with the Sandbox.
Okay.
And they've been actively engaging with the community, hosting events, building out their virtual presence.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
So it's not just about slapping a logo on a virtual billboard.
No, not at all. They're creating immersive experiences.
Yeah.
They're building relationships within the metaverse.
Yeah.
That sounds like a recipe for long-term success to me.
Yeah, it does. And it's interesting to see these brands recognizing that the metaverse is more than just a marketing gimmick.
Absolutely.
It's a place where they can actually build lasting connections with their customers.
Right. And it's worth noting that the Sandbox has also partnered with major gaming brands like Atari, bringing classic games and characters into the metaverse. That kind of nostalgia factor can be really powerful.
Yeah, for sure. Now, shifting gears a bit to the AI side of things.
Okay.
How does Fetch.ai measure up in terms of utility and real-world applications? We talked about their autonomous agents.
Right.
But are they delivering tangible results?
They are. They've got some really interesting partnerships. One example is their work with a major European energy company. They're using Fetch.ai's technology to optimize energy grids, balancing supply and demand in real time to improve efficiency and reduce waste.
So they're actually making a difference in a critical industry.
They are, which is really impressive. And they're not stopping there. They're exploring applications in decentralized finance, supply chain management, all sorts of areas, with a focus on creating autonomous systems that can make smarter decisions and streamline complex processes.
It sounds like they're building a solid foundation for long-term growth.
Yeah, I think so.
What about SingularityNET? Are they making headway with their AI marketplace?
They are. One of the key indicators is the growing number of AI services available on their platform. They've created a really vibrant ecosystem of developers who are constantly creating and refining new AI tools and algorithms.
So more developers attract more users, which in turn attracts more developers.
Exactly. It's a virtuous cycle. And SingularityNET is also actively forging partnerships with companies and organizations across various industries, showcasing the potential of their platform to solve real-world problems.
Okay, so they're definitely making progress. Now for our final project, Boson Protocol. We talked about their vision of connecting the metaverse with real-world commerce. But are they making any tangible progress towards realizing that vision?
They are. They've already launched a number of successful pilot programs, demonstrated that their technology actually works.
Okay.
For example, they partnered with a fashion brand to create a virtual pop-up shop where users could buy digital fashion items. And then those purchases were linked to real-world products.
Interesting. So they're actually putting their technology into practice and showing that it works.
Exactly. And they're continuing to build out their platform, expand their partnerships, laying the groundwork for a future where virtual commerce is seamlessly integrated with the real world.
Okay, so we've talked about utility partnerships, adoption.
Right.
But what about the teams behind these projects? Are they the right people to lead these ventures to success?
That's a crucial question. And in my assessment, all 5 projects have really strong leadership teams with deep expertise in their respective fields. They also have clear roadmaps outlining their vision for the future, which is essential for building confidence among investors.
So they're not just a bunch of, hype men with fancy websites.
Garl.
They have the experience and the vision to execute their plans.
Exactly. And they're also actively engaging with their communities, providing regular updates on their progress, seeking feedback to make sure they're building products that people actually want.
Okay, so that's all good news.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the elephant in the room, the potential for 100x gains.
Right.
It's a bold claim, and we need to be realistic about the risks involved. The crypto market is notoriously volatile.
It is.
And these are still relatively early-stage projects.
Yeah.
So while the potential for massive returns is there,
Right.
we need to be honest about the possibility of significant losses as well.
Absolutely. Anyone investing in these projects needs to be prepared for that.
So what are some of the key factors that could drive those 100x gains? And what are the potential risks that investors need to be aware of?
Well, on the positive side, we have the overall growth of the crypto market, which is expected to continue in the coming years. We also have the increasing adoption of blockchain technology by businesses and institutions, which could further fuel the growth of these projects.
And specifically for metaverse and AI projects,
Right.
we have the convergence of several major trends: the rise of virtual and augmented reality, the growing demand for immersive experiences, the increasing sophistication of AI technology.
Exactly. These trends are creating a perfect storm of opportunity for projects like Decentraland, the Sandbox, Fetch.ai, SingularityNET, and Boson Protocol.
Okay, so the potential is there.
Mhm.
But what about the risks? What are some of the things that could prevent these projects from reaching their full potential?
Well, one of the biggest risks is competition. The metaverse and AI spaces are becoming increasingly crowded with new projects popping up all the time.
So these projects need to stay ahead of the curve and continue to innovate to maintain their competitive edge.
Absolutely. Another risk is regulation. Governments around the world are still grappling with how to regulate cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology.
And any new regulations could have a significant impact on the growth of these projects, either positive or negative.
Exactly. And then there's the inherent risk of investing in early stage projects.
Yeah.
These projects are still in their development phases, and there's always the possibility that they could fail to deliver on their promises.
So it's a high risk, high reward scenario.
It is.
Investors need to do their own research, understand the risks involved, and invest only what they can afford to lose.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it's important to remember that even if these projects are successful, it could take several years for them to achieve those 100x gains.
So patience is key.
It is.
Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, let's take a step back and consider the broader implications of these projects.
Sure.
We've been talking about potential profits, but what about the potential impact on society as a whole?
That's an important point. The metaverse and AI have the potential to fundamentally change the way we live, work, and interact with each other.
Okay.
And it's crucial that we consider the ethical and social implications of these technologies.
Yeah, that's a conversation for another deep dive.
Maybe.
But it's a good reminder that investing isn't just about making money.
Right.
It's about supporting projects that we believe in and that have the potential to make a positive impact on the world.
Well said. All right, so let's take a short break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up our exploration of these metaverse and AI cryptos, leaving you with some key takeaways and some food for thought.
All right, so welcome back to the show.
Yes, welcome back.
We've been taking a deep dive into metaverse and AI cryptos.
We have.
And, we've covered a lot of ground,
Yeah.
looking at the features of each project we've talked about,
Right.
analyzing their potential for growth.
Absolutely.
But before we wrap things up, I want to kind of circle back to something you touched on earlier.
About the broader impact of these technologies.
Yeah, it's important to remember that, these projects aren't just about potential profits. They represent a fundamental shift in how we interact with technology and with each other.
Yeah, we're talking about the creation of entirely new worlds,
Right.
new economies powered by, blockchain and AI.
Exactly.
And that's bound to have a ripple effect across, various aspects of our lives.
It is. Think about education, for example.
Okay, yeah.
Imagine immersive learning environments where students can explore historical events firsthand or conduct virtual science experiments.
Yeah, it's like taking a field trip to ancient Rome.
Exactly.
Or, the Amazon rainforest.
Right.
Without ever leaving the classroom.
It's incredible. And the implications for healthcare are just as profound.
Mm-hmm.
We could see AI-powered diagnostics, personalized treatment plans, even virtual surgeries. It could revolutionize the way we approach health and well-being.
Yeah, it sounds like science fiction. I know, right? But it's becoming reality faster than we think. And we can't forget about the potential for these technologies to empower individuals and communities. Decentralized platforms like Decentraland and the Sandbox give users so much control over their digital identities and assets.
Yeah, so it's not just, big corporations shaping the metaverse.
Right.
It's individuals having the tools to create and participate in these new worlds on their own terms.
And that's where the combination of AI and crypto becomes really interesting.
Yeah.
Decentralized AI platforms like Fetch.ai and SingularityNET have the potential to democratize access to powerful technologies that were once only available to large institutions.
So we're talking about, AI being accessible to anyone with an internet connection.
Exactly.
That's a game changer.
It is. It opens up a world of possibilities for innovation and problem solving, driven by a global community of developers and entrepreneurs.
Okay, so we've talked about the potential benefits, but, we also have to acknowledge the potential risks and challenges.
Of course. We need to be mindful of issues like data privacy security and the potential misuse of AI.
And we need to make sure that these technologies are developed and deployed ethically and responsibly,
Absolutely.
with a focus on, inclusivity and accessibility.
For sure.
Yeah.
These are complex issues, and there are no easy answers.
Right.
But it's so important that we have these conversations and work towards solutions that benefit everyone.
So what does all of this mean for the listener tuning in today?
Well, it means that the future is not predetermined. It's a future that we're actively shaping with the choices that we make today.
And the projects we've discussed, they represent the cutting edge of innovation
They do.
in these fields. They have the potential to create immense value
Absolutely.
and really transform our world in some profound ways.
But it's important to approach these investments with both enthusiasm and caution. Do your research, understand the risks, and invest responsibly.
Yeah, because the metaverse and AI are still in their early stages.
They are.
We're just scratching the surface of what's possible. So stay curious, stay informed, and stay tuned for more deep dives into this exciting landscape.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive into Metaverse and AI cryptos.
It does.
Hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
Until next time, happy investing.